Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to confront a powerful truth: feeling better is not the same as fixing what is broken. Too often we find ourselves in the comfort of temporary relief. We chase fleeting moments of happiness that soothe our souls but do little to heal our wounds. While it feels good to escape our troubles, we must ask ourselves, are we truly addressing the root of our problems, or are we merely masking them? It's easy to get lost in this cycle of comfort, isn't it? We binge watch shows, scroll through social media, or dive into distractions that keep us from facing reality. But my friends, comfort can be a dangerous trap. It convinces us that we are okay when deep down we know we are not. So let's shift our focus from feeling better to actively fixing our lives. Action is the key to transformation. It is one thing to recognize the need for change. It's another to take the steps necessary to enact that change. You can talk about your goals, share your dreams, and even express your frustrations, but until you put in the effort, nothing will change. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to make a change, because that moment will never come. The time for action is now. Remember, true power lies in personal responsibility. The world can be a harsh place, and yes, it can throw challenges our way. But we must own our responses to those challenges. Blaming others or our circumstances will only keep us stuck in the mud. Stand tall, take ownership, and decide that you will not let anything hold you back. Commit to confronting your problems head on and take the necessary steps toward a brighter future. Lastly, we need to differentiate between temporary relief and long-term fulfillment. Quick fixes may give us a moment of joy, but they do not build a solid foundation for our lives. Instead, invest your time and energy in fixing what truly matters. Work on your relationships, your career, your health, whatever it is that needs attention. The journey might be challenging, but the reward of true fulfillment is worth every effort. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, stop settling for feeling better. Choose to start fixing. Embrace the discomfort that comes with change, take action, and take responsibility. Your future self will thank you for it. Thank you. Recognizing the comfort zone is a crucial first step in understanding why we often prefer feeling better over actually fixing our problems. It's human nature to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. We gravitate towards anything that gives us a sense of relief, whether it's indulging in a favorite hobby, distracting ourselves with entertainment, or seeking the approval of others. But while these distractions may provide short-term satisfaction, they often lead to long-term consequences that can compound our issues rather than resolve them. We all have our comfort zones, those familiar spaces where we feel safe and secure. They can be physical environments like our homes, or emotional states like habits that we formed over the years. When we encounter challenges, our instinct is to retreat into these zones. It's a coping mechanism designed to shield us from pain or discomfort. But here lies the paradox: while comfort feels good in the moment, it can prevent us from confronting the realities that need our attention. Think about a time when you faced a significant challenge. Maybe it was a tough situation at work, a difficult relationship, or a personal struggle with your health. In those moments, how many times did you find yourself turning to comfort rather than addressing the issue head on? It's easy to pour yourself into work, binge watch an entire season of a show, or scroll endlessly through social media. These actions temporarily relieve the pressure you're feeling. They provide a quick escape and a chance to forget your troubles, even if just for a little while. But let's be honest, when the distraction ends, you're often left with the same issues and sometimes even more stress because you've postponed dealing with them. The feeling of relief is fleeting, and the problems you've been avoiding remain. Over time, this pattern can become habitual. Instead of tackling challenges as they arise, we learn to sidestep them, convincing ourselves that feeling better in the moment is enough. We may even start to believe that this is how life is meant to be lived, that we should seek comfort rather than confront discomfort. This cycle can lead to a significant disconnection from our true selves and our aspirations. We might become so comfortable in our routines that we forget to question whether they're truly serving us. For example, someone might find themselves in a job they dislike but stay there because it's comfortable and familiar. The thought of seeking a new opportunity may evoke fear and uncertainty, leading them back to the comfort of their current situation. They may feel better momentarily by telling themselves they have a stable job, but deep down, they know that their unfulfilled potential remains unaddressed. Comfort can also manifest in relationships. We might cling to toxic friendships or partnerships out of fear of being alone or uncertain about what lies ahead. The idea of leaving a relationship that no longer serves us can be daunting. Instead, we often choose to feel better by ignoring the red flags and settling for less than we deserve. This decision only prolongs our suffering as we sacrifice our happiness for the sake of comfort. To break free from this cycle, we must first recognize when we're retreating to our comfort zones. It requires honesty and introspection. Are you choosing to feel better rather than fix the problem? Are you hiding behind distractions instead of facing the discomfort that comes with change? Awareness is the catalyst for transformation. Once you identify your comfort zones, you can challenge them. Step outside your familiar patterns and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. It's in that discomfort that real change occurs. You'll find that the challenges you've been avoiding often hold the key to your personal development and fulfillment. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean you have to dive in headfirst without a plan. Start small, take gradual steps toward addressing your problems. Create a list of the issues you've been avoiding and tackle them one at a time. Seek support from friends, mentors, or professionals who can guide you through the process. As you step outside your comfort zone, remember that it's okay to feel vulnerable. Vulnerability is a sign of strength, not weakness. It means you're willing to confront the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. In conclusion, recognizing the comfort zone is an essential aspect of stopping the cycle of feeling better without fixing what truly matters. While it's tempting to seek temporary relief, true growth comes from confronting our challenges head-on. By embracing discomfort and taking action, we can transform our lives in meaningful ways. It's time to step out of our comfort zones and into a space where real change can happen. Only then can we truly fix what is broken and move toward a more fulfilling life. The importance of action cannot be overstated when it comes to effecting real change in our lives. While recognizing our problems and expressing the desire for change are essential first steps, it is only through decisive action that we can bring about meaningful transformation. This distinction between intention and action is critical, as it is far too easy to fall into the trap of merely wishing for change without making the necessary efforts to achieve it. Let's begin by examining the role of intention. We often find ourselves motivated to change, whether it's to improve our health, advance our careers, or enhance our relationships. We make resolutions, set goals, and tell ourselves that this time will be different. However, without a clear plan and commitment to taking actionable steps, these intentions can quickly fade away. They become nothing more than fleeting thoughts that provide temporary inspiration but lack the substance needed for real transformation. Consider the common New Year's resolutions. Every January, millions of people resolve to get in shape, eat healthier, or quit bad habits. The energy and enthusiasm that accompany these resolutions are palpable, yet studies show that a significant percentage of people abandon their resolutions within a few weeks. The initial motivation may be strong, but the lack of a concrete plan or consistent action often leads to failure. This cycle can be disheartening and may even reinforce negative beliefs about our ability to change. To illustrate this point, let's take the example of someone who wants to lose weight. They may begin with great determination, vowing to hit the gym every day and eat only nutritious foods. Yet, as the weeks progress, they may struggle to maintain this level of commitment. Without establishing a realistic and sustainable plan, the individual may find themselves reverting to old habits, feeling guilty and defeated in the process. This is not just about physical health, it applies to any aspect of life where change is desired. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. It transforms dreams into achievable goals. To create lasting change, we must first break down our goals into actionable steps. Instead of simply stating, "I want to be healthier," consider what specific actions will lead you there. Will you meal prep every Sunday? Will you commit to exercising 3 times a week? By identifying concrete actions and holding ourselves accountable, we create a roadmap to success. It's crucial to recognize that action doesn't always have to be grand or monumental. Small, consistent actions can lead to significant changes over time. Often we feel overwhelmed by the enormity of our goals and hesitate to take the first step. However, starting small allows us to build momentum. For example, if someone wants to improve their public speaking skills, they might begin by practicing in front of a mirror for just 5 minutes a day. Gradually, they can progress to speaking in front of friends or colleagues. This incremental approach reduces anxiety and makes the journey to change feel more manageable. Taking action also requires a mindset shift. We need to move from a passive state of waiting for change to an active state of creating change. This involves embracing a proactive attitude that prioritizes effort over excuses. When challenges arise, instead of throwing in the towel, we must ask ourselves, what can I do differently? This question encourages a solutions-oriented approach, empowering us to take control of our circumstances rather than allowing them to control us. It's essential to acknowledge that action is not always easy. Change often requires us to step out of our comfort zones, confront our fears, and push through discomfort. However, it is precisely in these moments of challenge that growth occurs. Embracing discomfort is part of the process, and it signifies that we are moving in the right direction. Taking action can foster a sense of agency and empowerment. When we actively engage in the process of change, we begin to see ourselves as capable of influencing our own lives. This newfound sense of control can be transformative. It helps to build confidence and resilience, reinforcing the belief that we can overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. It's crucial to celebrate our progress, no matter how small. Recognizing the steps we take, even if they seem insignificant, reinforces our commitment to action. Each step forward is a victory that deserves acknowledgement. This positive reinforcement can further motivate us to continue taking action and striving for change. In conclusion, the importance of action in the pursuit of change cannot be overstated. While intention is a valuable starting point, it is through deliberate and consistent action that we can transform our lives. By breaking down our goals into manageable steps, embracing discomfort, and cultivating a proactive mindset, we can overcome obstacles and create lasting change. So let us commit to moving beyond mere intention and into a realm of action where real transformation awaits. The power to change is within each of us. We just need to take that first step. The trap of temporary relief is something that most of us have experienced at some point in our lives. When faced with challenges, our immediate response is often to find quick fixes that make us feel better in the short term. This might come in the form of distractions like social media, food, entertainment, or other activities that allow us to escape from the discomfort of our situation. These methods provide an illusion of relief, but they don't address the root of the problem. As a result, the problem remains festering beneath the surface while we continue to seek out new ways to numb the discomfort. The issue with temporary relief is that it provides a false sense of progress. When we engage in activities that make us feel good for a moment, we may convince ourselves that we are handling the situation. This sense of temporary satisfaction tricks us into believing that we've made progress when, in reality, we are just delaying the inevitable. The problem hasn't been resolved, and in many cases, it may have worsened due to our inaction. For example, if someone is struggling with stress at work, they might turn to binge watching TV shows to unwind. While this might provide short-term relief, it doesn't address the root cause of their stress, which could be overwork, poor time management, or unresolved conflicts with colleagues. The stress will persist, and in the long run, it could even escalate if the underlying issues aren't dealt with. One of the reasons we fall into the trap of seeking temporary relief is that it feels easier. Facing our problems head-on can be overwhelming and uncomfortable. It requires effort, persistence, and often a willingness to embrace discomfort. On the other hand, temporary relief is immediate and effortless. It's much easier to reach for the remote control or the smartphone than it is to sit down and confront the issues that are causing us pain. The allure of feeling better in the moment often outweighs the long-term benefits of taking meaningful action. But what we don't always realize is that this habit of seeking temporary relief can create a cycle of avoidance. Each time we choose distraction over action, we reinforce the pattern of avoiding discomfort. This leads to a perpetual state of inaction, where our problems continue to grow while we become increasingly reliant on distractions to cope. In addition, the pursuit of temporary relief can lead to negative consequences in other areas of our lives. Take the example of someone who turns to comfort eating as a way to deal with emotional stress. In the moment, eating may provide a sense of relief and pleasure, but over time, this habit can lead to weight gain, health issues, and even lower self-esteem, which can exacerbate the initial emotional stress they were trying to escape. The cycle becomes self-perpetuating, with each attempt to seek temporary relief leading to new problems that further complicate the original issue. To break free from this trap, it's essential to shift our mindset from seeking temporary relief to pursuing lasting solutions. This requires a conscious effort to recognize when we are engaging in activities that provide short-term comfort but do little to address the root cause of our problems. It's about being honest with ourselves and acknowledging when we're avoiding the real work that needs to be done. One way to do this is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present in the moment and to fully experience our emotions without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of our tendencies to seek temporary relief and can begin to make more intentional choices about how we respond to discomfort. Instead of reaching for distractions, we can choose to sit with our feelings and confront the issue directly. This doesn't mean that we can never engage in activities that bring us joy or relaxation, but it does mean that we should be mindful of when those activities are being used as an escape rather than a form of self-care. Another strategy for avoiding the trap of temporary relief is to focus on long-term goals. When we are clear about what we want to achieve and why it matters, we are more likely to make choices that align with those goals. This means prioritizing actions that contribute to our long-term well-being rather than seeking out immediate gratification. For instance, if someone is struggling with financial issues, they might feel tempted to go on a shopping spree to make themselves feel better. But if they are focused on their long-term goal of financial stability, they will be more likely to resist that temptation and instead take steps to address their finances in a more meaningful way, such as creating a budget or seeking professional advice. It's important to recognize that lasting change takes time. We live in a society that values instant gratification, and it can be difficult to resist the urge to seek immediate results. But real, meaningful change doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, consistency, and a willingness to embrace discomfort in the pursuit of a better future. By shifting our focus from temporary relief to long-term solutions, we can begin to break free from the cycle of avoidance and take meaningful steps toward addressing the root causes of our problems. Ultimately, the trap of temporary relief is one that we all must confront at some point. It's easy to fall into, but it's also possible to escape from if we are willing to be honest with ourselves, make intentional choices, and stay committed to the long-term process of change. Cultivating resilience is a vital component of navigating life's challenges effectively. Resilience is not merely the ability to bounce back from adversity. It involves developing a mindset and a set of skills that allow us to face difficulties head-on and emerge stronger from them. In a world where setbacks are inevitable, resilience empowers us to manage stress, overcome obstacles, and maintain our focus on our goals despite the hardships we encounter. It's a vital skill that can be nurtured and developed through practice and intentionality. To begin with, building resilience starts with fostering a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When we approach challenges with a growth mindset, we view failures as opportunities for learning and growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. This shift in perspective allows us to embrace difficulties with curiosity and determination, knowing that every setback is a stepping stone toward eventual success. Consider the story of someone who aspires to advance in their career. They may face rejection after applying for numerous positions or receive critical feedback on their work. Instead of succumbing to feelings of defeat, a person with a growth mindset sees these experiences as valuable lessons. They may analyze what went wrong, seek feedback, and make necessary adjustments to improve their skills. This proactive approach not only enhances their abilities, but also reinforces their belief in their capacity to overcome challenges.